Having 100 passions is fun and all until you actually need to figure out what to do with them. I'm 7 weeks into the artist way, and throughout journaling this week, I've noticed that I'm coming back again and again to the fact that I'm lacking structure in my creative process. Since quitting my corporate job, I purposefully did not take in any gig that is full-time. I'm doing part-time freelancing, so that allows me to stay afloat, and in the meantime, I'm figuring out my creative process. I have multiple series running on the channel, but the problem is that I don't stick to one. I keep jumping between all of them, so that feels like there isn't a single series. Adding any sort of structure to me usually is so beneficial because when it comes to my freelance work or the time that I was in the corporate world, it's a fixed amount of time with fixed focus, so you get an output that is very consistent. With creative process, I feel very reluctant to force myself into the structure because I feel like that it will burn me out the same way how corporate world did, which doesn't seem reasonable because I'm working on something that I'm actually passionate about. I was pet sitting a dog for this entire week, and that gave me a lot of structure. In a slightly different way, of course, I wasn't focusing on art necessarily, but every day for 3 hours we would be walking, just being present outdoors. But that also highlighted the fact that if I spent those 3 hours every day, just 3 hours on my creative process, that would have gotten me further than where I am at the moment. So this reluctance to introduce structure into my life doesn't seem very reasonable. For my artist day this week, I was sitting and painting next to the dog that was with me. I usually prefer conceptual artwork that has depth and ideas behind it. This time I just let my creativity flow freely because I wanted to explore the materials I hadn't ever used before. I bought oil sticks as a congratulation for my master's graduation. That creative flow process, those couple of hours that I spent on that ugly canvas in the end, ended up influencing me to play around with a different canvas that I had previously sort of finished. My boyfriend and I were painting ourselves. Played around, I wasn't very careful, and I used very bold things that I wouldn't have usually gone to, and that allowed me to make that canvas better. I'm sure I'll come back to it again, but that improvement is already a pretty significant thing.